Justice is your right, and we demand it.
Tonight, the debut of the Carrie Edwards team. What do the voters think? We have the first poll results, plus President Bush's first attack on Edwards in his own backyard. Also tonight, he was at the top of the Enron empire when it collapsed in corruption. Ken Lay is indicted on criminal charges. Could this be America's next weapon for national defense? We'll give you the inside story. And 4 brothers heading into harm's way. The story of an American family's very special sacrifice.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
And good evening. Dan is off tonight. I'm John Roberts. The Democratic ticket got its first test run in public today, on the road and in the polls. As John Kerry and John Edwards began touring key swing states, here's what our CBS News polling finds. Last week, Kerry, without a running mate, had a 1-point lead over President Bush among likely voters. Now, with Edwards on board, a small bump up. Kerry Edwards leads Bush Cheney by 5 points. Byron Pitts begins our coverage tonight of day 1 for the Democratic ticket.
It was the all-important and perfectly choreographed first glimpse of the Democratic Party's new dream team. The Kerry and Edwards families posing for pictures, a nervous first date with the American public.
We have a new campaign manager, Jack Edwards, is taking over everything.
Humor from the boss, humanity from his running mate.
People are desperate to believe again that tomorrow will be better than today.
Team Kerry touched and tickled their way to Ohio. The first stop in a 6-state, 5-day swing through battleground states. But the Kerry campaign hopes this rope-line honeymoon
We think this is a dream ticket.
will help introduce 2 men many Americans say they still don't know. But what they do know, they seem to like. A CBS News overnight poll shows more than half of all voters are glad Edwards was chosen. But only 10% of independent voters, a crucial voting bloc, are more likely to support Kerry because of his pick. The senatorial duo needs to deliver a 1-2 punch. Purpose from Kerry.
And I understand that America is going to come to understand who this man is. He represents the best of the hope of our country, the best of opportunity.
Passion from Edwards.
Because this is America, where everything's is possible. That's what John Kerry means for this country. He's hope. Hope for you, hope for me, hope for all our children.
Both partners in this political marriage hope it's a winning formula.
We've got better vision. We've got better ideas. We've got real plans. We've got a better sense of what's happening to America, and we've got better hair.
At the moment, starstruck Democrats are willing to believe.
I saw these 2 men today, and I'm thinking, oh my God, we are going to take our country back.
Today signaled the start of the general election campaign. Kerry Edwards versus Bush Cheney is a contrast in style, politics, even in physical appearance. The two, however, share at least one bond. All are multimillionaires, and all believe they know what's best for middle-class America. Byron Pitts, CBS News, Dayton, Ohio.
President Bush campaigned today in Edwards' home state of North Carolina, a trip that was scheduled before Edwards joined up with the Kerry team. And as Bill Plant reports, the president took his first shot at the new addition to the Democratic ticket.
In John Edwards' own backyard, the president delivered his assessment of Kerry's running mate with blunt force when asked to compare Edwards to Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney can be president. Next.
Kerry shot back that Cheney was already calling the shots for the president.
He was right that Dick Cheney was ready to take over on day 1, and he did, and he has been ever since, folks. And that's what we got to change.
In a preview of what's to come, Mr. Bush explained why he won Edwards' home state in 2000 and will win it again as he pounded away relentlessly at his message. John Kerry's different. He's not like you.
The North Carolinian voter understood we shared values. We share those values. We share values. The senator from Massachusetts doesn't share their values, and that's the difference in the campaign.
But with Edwards on the ticket, Democrats have changed strategy. They now have someone who speaks comfortably about values, about religion and middle-class concerns. They're hoping to force the Bush campaign to take time and money away from the industrial Midwest, where both campaigns think the election will be won, and spend it in the South.
I'm not sure that it means Bush is going to lose the southern states, but it's really going to spread Bush's defense out. So instead of ignoring the southern states, he has to pay attention to them.
In 2000, President Bush won all 11 states of the old Confederacy. This time, Democrats were already contesting Florida, Louisiana, and Arkansas, and now North Carolina. They're also hoping that Edwards' ability to connect with the anxieties of the unemployed may help the Democrats in the Midwest.
The message of John Edwards is really going to play well in the economically damaged states, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania. A lot of people are going to be receptive to his message.
Having Edwards on the ticket isn't likely to deliver any single state. One Republican consultant calls Edwards a national image choice, and the Bush campaign will try to counter that image by attacking him as inexperienced and a social liberal. John?
Bill Plant reporting live tonight from the White House. Bill, thanks. Enron, the name has become synonymous with corporate fraud and corruption. Tonight, a major development in the federal government's criminal investigation. Anthony Mason is here now with that story. Anthony.
John, 2.5 years after the collapse of Enron, the case has finally gone all the way to the top. A grand jury has returned a sealed indictment against Enron's founder and former chairman, Ken Lay. We don't know the specific charges yet, but analysts say Lay is likely to be accused of securities fraud.
Ken Lay was the architect of Enron, the creator of the energy giant whose collapse in December 2001 cost thousands their jobs and their stock savings. The government is expected to argue Lay knew that the fraud committed by his top executives was a cancer in his company.
I do.
Whistleblower Sharon Watkins, a former Enron executive, warned Lay that the company could implode in a wave of accounting scandals.
You know, I met with him and gave him 7 pages of memos that pretty much outlined what happened to Enron later, and he sure did not take the right steps after I met with him.
Prosecutors are likely to accuse Lay of hiding Enron's dire financial condition from employees and investors who lost millions when the stock collapsed. Lay took the fifth during congressional hearings on the Enron scandal, but on his way to church last month, he finally broke his silence to insist on his innocence.
Obviously, I wish what happened hadn't happened, but we can't redo history now. And the main thing that I've always prayed for from day one is that all the truth come out.
It will come out now at trial. Lay, the last of Enron's top executives to be indicted, is expected to surrender to the FBI tomorrow morning when the indictment will be unsealed. John?
Could be quite a revealing trial. Anthony, thanks. The new interim government of Iraq armed itself today with new powers to battle and try to contain the insurgency. Kimberly Dozier reports the extent of the challenge the government faces was in full view today. A brazen attack by insurgents in central Baghdad that left at least 4 Iraqis dead.
Just blocks from U.S. headquarters, American and Iraqi forces battled guerrillas on a main Baghdad street for more than 3 hours. The armed men attacked with rocket-propelled grenades, mortars, sniper rifles, and sidearms.
This is the militants' boldest attack yet in the capital. They struck in full daylight and turned the center of the city into a battle zone.
Some locals say Iraqi forces started the fight, hunting for foreign terrorists in their neighborhood. Others say the militants fired first. It took American Apache helicopters to finish it. They rocketed the building where guerrillas were firing from. In the aftermath, injured civilians and security forces were rushed to nearby hospitals. It was the second violent incident of the morning. Earlier, militants fired mortars near the new Iraqi prime minister's home, injuring more civilians. Iraqi officials hope to start a series of preemptive strikes aimed at their enemies now that the new government has enacted its long-awaited security law. U.S. troops will provide backup when local forces are outgunned. But the Iraqis are already trying to go it alone. This morning, Iraqi cops found a massive car bomb outside a Baghdad mosque. The Iraqis called in their own team to defuse it. And when the Americans arrived this time, everything was under control. Kimberly Dozier, CBS News, Baghdad.
Another twist today in the case of Lebanese-born U.S. Marine Corporal Wasef Ali Hassoun, who was taken hostage in Iraq. His relatives in Lebanon said yesterday that he had been freed, but today his family in Utah said that's not true. CBS's David Martin reports the Lebanese-born Marine did call the U.S. Embassy in Beirut and said he is well, but Hassoun gave no further information, and the embassy is not sure if he indeed is in Lebanon. The Pentagon announced changes today to comply with the Supreme Court decision that foreign terror suspects have some legal rights in U.S. courts. U.S. military panels will now review whether suspects detained at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, are being held legally, and the detainees are to be notified within 10 days of their right to challenge their detentions in the U.S. courts. Coming up next on tonight's CBS Evening News, this could be the next weapon in the war on terror. We'll take you aboard for tonight's Inside Story. Later, the high cost of employee health coverage. It's a major concern for small businesses. Where do the candidates stand? Our Eye on America series rolls on. But first, CBS News honors fallen heroes. Luke James wanted to be in the Army from the time he was a child. He earned a degree in animal science from Oklahoma State and planned to work on the family ranch. James was married just over a year. His wife Molly says she sees a lot of James in their son Bradley, and she takes comfort in that.
You've been waiting all year for this moment to arrive. The one and only clearance at your Lincoln Mercury dealer. A short time when you can get the best savings of the year on every Lincoln and Mercury, including Navigator, the midsize Aviator, and the versatile Mountaineer. Get 0% APR or $4,500 cash back on Lincoln SUVs, plus your dealer's best model year-end price. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer now for best selection.
With Celebrex, I will not give in.
I will not give in. I will not give in to the joint pain of osteoarthritis. With Celebrex, I can line up my putt. I can play the long version.
With Celebrex, one pill lasts up to 24 hours. That's one pill, 24 hours. So you can live your life the way you want.
With Celebrex, I will not settle for part-time relief.
Celebrex should not be taken if you've had aspirin-sensitive asthma or allergic reaction due to aspirin or other arthritis medicines or certain drugs called sulfonamides. In rare cases, serious stomach problems such as bleeding can occur without warning. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems.
If you're suffering from pain, inflammation, or stiffness, maybe you should stop trying to manage it on your own. Ask your doctor about Celebrex.
With Celebrex, I will not give in.
I will not give in.
Take control with the proven strength of Celebrex.
It's different for people with acid reflux disease because you know the heartburn's gonna nail you. And over time, all that acid could rip at your esophagus. Next time, Nexium, the healing purple pill. For many, one prescription Nexium daily not only gets rid of heartburn, more importantly, it also heals acid reflux erosions. And healing is such a great feeling. Other serious stomach conditions may still exist. Talk to your doctor. The most common side effects of Nexium are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. Don't let acid reflux eat at you. Next time, ask your doctor about Nexium.
I'll take that.
Because healing is such a great feeling.
It's ant season. Terminix them with our problem-solved guarantee. 1-800-TERMINIX.
The airport in Minneapolis-St. Paul opened an express security lane today. It's the first test of the new Registered Traveler program. Travelers who signed up for it provided fingerprints, iris scans, and extensive background information. In return, they are not subject to random personal searches, though they still must pass through metal detectors. The government is also testing another security program. This one involves the return of the helium-filled airship. Mark Strassman has the inside story.
On its first test flight near Washington, D.C., there were 2,000 reported UFO sightings.
Winds on the ground are still very light.
It's actually a helium airship, a low-cost, low-hanging satellite, and quite possibly America's next weapon for national defense.
So for Border Patrol, national defense, you see this as having clear potential?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
Are you descending now?
What the Pentagon suddenly can envision is a fleet of these airships guarding America's coastlines. On board would be surveillance sensors, video cameras, and a wireless communications package. Unmanned airships could stay aloft for days, even months, depending on the mission and the altitude, relaying suspicions to operators on the ground. Another possibility, airships could patrol the skies of Iraq and protect U.S. soldiers from above.
Imagine if you have a convoy running down the road and we have eyes on the road 4 or 5 miles ahead.
Over hostile territory at altitudes of up to 70,000 feet, the airship would be hard to spot, even harder to shoot down. Mike Lawson's company created this radical redesign, which includes a second inner bag to hold the airship's helium.
So a hole is not going to make that big a difference.
Even under attack, this airship would be a survivor. All of its outer skin is made of Spectra, a synthetic that's 10 times stronger than steel. And because of the pressure of all the helium inside, a bullet hole or any puncture of its skin would become a slow leak, not a catastrophe.
Even putting 1,000 rounds would not take it out. You'd slowly descend.
So within the next couple years, dozens of airships could be on patrol, keeping terror away from American soil. Mark Strassman, CBS News, St. Mary's County, Maryland.
ABC newsman Sam Donaldson says he is shocked by what authorities believe was a triple homicide at his ranch in southern New Mexico. Donaldson says he and his wife found the bodies of a man and 2 women when they returned from a trip to Santa Fe. No word yet on the identity of the victims. Straight ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News, the cost of employee health benefits are going out of sight. What would the candidates do to help small businesses pick up the tab? Eye on America is next.
All spring you work to get your lawn thick and green, and then along comes summer and the brown patches. Hi, I'm Ashton Ritchie with the Scotts Company. Don't just blame the summer heat. It's also insects, bugs you can't even see, eating your lawn alive. The solution? Scotts Turf Photo with Summer Guard. It eliminates lawn-damaging insects. Plus, it greens up your lawn with a special summer fertilizer made for even the hottest months. Scotts Turf Photo with Summer Guard. Put it down this weekend for your best summer lawn ever. Guaranteed.
Millions of people have high blood pressure. Are you one of them? New medical guidelines state that less than 120/80 is a normal blood pressure for most adults. High blood pressure medicine is recommended for numbers at or above 140/90. Fact is, about half the people already taking prescription medicine still haven't gotten their numbers down enough. And every day your numbers are not where they should be, you could be damaging the tiny vessels that lead to your brain, eyes, and heart. So how can you work with your doctor to help set and reach your BP goal? Get with the program, the new Take Action for Healthy BP program from Novartis. Find out if it's right for you. It's simple and comes with a money-back guarantee. Ask your doctor for a Healthy BP pack. You'll start with a free 30-day first-time trial prescription to help you reach your goal, plus free blood pressure tools, including your own BP monitor. So get with your doctor, get with the program, and get your numbers down.
We brought new Hidden Valley White Cheddar Ranch to the cheese experts.
Yeah, that's a lot of cheese.
Cheese is my life. Next to ice fishing. Oh, that's cheesehead love.
You betcha. Real ranch, real cheddar from Hidden Valley.
We try a lot of things before we succeed. That's why we keep trying. Maybe all the times you tried to quit smoking were just practice. The 4-milligram Commit Lozenge actually doubles your chances of quitting. The Commit Lozenge. Real help, real hope.
In the blink of an eye, it happens. You witness a crime. And now it's up to you to remember the crook's face.
Everything, I saw it all.
Could you make a positive ID?
Like my height.
Are you sure? Tomorrow, see what a News Channel 5 experiment reveals about eyewitnesses. Why are some right on and others not even close? Test your own senses, because you never know when you could be the eyewitness. Tomorrow on News Channel 5 at 10. Your news and information leader.
Remember Colton and the gumball machine jewelry? He absorbed 12 times the normal level of lead after swallowing a piece. We alerted your government about the lead jewelry danger, and now they've taken action. Tomorrow, what they're doing about it in a major consumer alert on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
On the CBS Market Watch, bargain hunting after several days of losses sent stock prices higher today. The Dow Industrials gained about 21 points, the NASDAQ just over 2. Some prescription drugs could soon be a lot less expensive for a lot more people. The world's biggest drug company, Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, says that starting next month it will cut its prices for the uninsured, for low-income Americans, and for people on Medicare. The cost of insuring employees for prescription drugs and other medical care is a growing burden for the owners of small businesses. What would the presidential candidates do about it? Anthony Mason is back with some answers in our special Eye on America series. What does it mean to you?
Behind these factory gates in Brooklyn, New York, operating her own small business has been a struggle for Dawn Ladd.
How many employees do you have?
Well, there are 8 of us here.
Ladd's company, called Aurora Lampworks,
This is a fixture that's off of Park Avenue.
restores historic lighting fixtures.
We're rewiring, changing out the glass.
Some people might not expect that you could make a whole business out of doing this.
I wonder about that sometimes myself.
Especially with the soaring cost of employee health benefits. In just the past 3 years,
It's gone up a good 40%.
so Ladd faced a tough choice.
You just couldn't afford it anymore?
Yeah, some things had to go.
She either had to fire some workers or cut out their benefits.
How did you feel about having to take health care benefits away?
I feel really upset by it.
But among small businesses like Ladd's, only 55% now provide health care benefits, while 98% of big companies do.
That puts them at a competitive disadvantage, and that's why the nearly 6 million small business owners now rank rising health care costs as their #1 concern.
If they're required to pay double-digit health care premiums on an annual basis, it reduces their ability to make additional hires, make capital investments.
So if Dawn Ladd could talk to the presidential candidates,
I would ask them, how are you going to help the small business?
We need association health plans.
President Bush's solution: to allow small businesses to join together in associations to purchase health coverage at lower rates.
Small businesses will be able to, share risk.
The president would also expand health savings accounts, which allow workers to put aside money tax-free to cover medical expenses.
I would urge every small business in America to look at a health savings account.
Senator Kerry is also making small business a priority.
And we have to help them be able to cover their employees.
He'd offer employers a tax credit for up to 50% of the cost of employee coverage. Kerry would also allow small companies to buy into the federal employee plan, saving, he says, about 15% on premiums.
Insurance is a really big burden.
Small businesses like hers create most of the new jobs in America, but Ladd says health care costs are holding back her company and the economy. In Brooklyn, New York, I'm Anthony Mason for Eye on America.
There's an important new reason for men to get a yearly PSA screening test for prostate cancer. It turns out that a rapid rise in PSA levels from one year to the next strongly indicates that the cancer is aggressive and needs immediate treatment. Researchers found that the change in PSA levels between tests is much more accurate in predicting the disease than the PSA level from a single test alone. Still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, how much can one family give to their country? These men know, and so will you when we come back.
You've been waiting all year for this moment to arrive. The one and only clearance at your Lincoln Mercury dealer. A short time when you can get the best savings of the year on every Lincoln and Mercury, including Navigator, the midsize Aviator, and the versatile Mountaineer. Get 0% APR or $4,500 cash back on Lincoln SUVs, plus your dealer's best model year-end price. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer now for best selection.
When my doctor first told me I had arthritis, it sounded bad enough. Then I found out that there was something else I had to worry about. Some of the medicines I was taking for the pain, like Aleve, could interact with some of my prescriptions. But then I found something else I could take, something completely different.
The pure pain relief of Tylenol arthritis pain works all day, but does not have the same drug interaction risks of Aleve.
Cutting down on carbs, huh?
Yeah.
You could be cutting down on fiber, too. But with these Metamucil capsules, you can get more of your daily fiber with zero net carbs.
Wow. Cutting carbs? Keep the fiber with Metamucil capsules.
Got an itch? Scratching tears up skin. Maximum Strength Lanacaine saves your skin from scratching with maximum anti-itch medicine and antibacterial to help kill germs. Lanacaine stops the itch, saves your skin.
Cigarette smoking is addictive and causes serious diseases. Smokers are far more likely to develop serious diseases like lung cancer than non-smokers. There is no safe cigarette. At philipmorrisusa.com, You can find this and other information on the serious health effects of smoking and links to reports from public health authorities, including links to sites that can help smokers quit. For more information, visit philipmorrisusa.com.
No matter what your style, if you need mild bladder protection, Serenity has it all. Serenity's Dry Active line. 3 sizes to fit your needs. All are thin and discreet, with superior absorbency and powerful odor control. Serenity Dry Active line from Tenna. Forget your worries, not your style.
Getting to the bottom of a jailbreak from last month, the sheriff now says he knows what went wrong, who's in trouble, and other details at 6.
In one Nebraska household, don't even ask about patriotism. 4 brothers are putting aside sibling rivalry to protect their country and one another. Cynthia Bowers has their story of duty and devotion.
But you males have to search that area.
When the 915th Transportation Company ships out to Iraq, among the band of brothers will be a band of brothers.
Spent a lot of time together as kids, and you know, this is another chance to be together.
The Schursburg brothers from Papillion, Nebraska. At 27, Jeff's the oldest, followed by Brett, 23, and the 21-year-old twins, Matt and Justin, which adds up to one very worried mom.
How hard is this for you to let 4 of them go together like this?
It's the most difficult thing I've ever gone through in my life.
She thought her personal war was over when her 3 youngest made it home safely from Iraq last December. And so did they, until these Army reservists got the call again.
It was kind of a, getting back to reality, kind of a slap in the face.
Especially for Jeff, who got out 2.5 years ago, but not before talking his kid brothers into signing up.
I went 8 years without ever being deployed, and they were getting ready to go on their second deployment. I kind of felt like I owed it to them to get back in and go to get deployed with them. So
that same sentiment led to the deaths of 5 Iowa brothers during World War II. And the military then changed its policy to try to make sure that didn't happen again. But the Schursburgs insisted, saying they find strength in numbers.
During tough times, you need someone there who loves you. And they love each other.
There were tough times last year when an RPG hit a truck in Justin's convoy.
It reminds you of how close you are to danger, and then you just appreciate every day after that, I guess.
And realize what and who really matters.
100% sure that we can take care of each other and get the job done.
And get back home the way they left, together. Cynthia Bowers, CBS News, Fort Riley, Kansas.
And that's the CBS Evening News for this Wednesday. Coming up later on tonight, 60 Minutes.
She blew the whistle on Wall Street shenanigans, and he won an Oscar in what may be his best year yet. They're both on 60 Minutes tonight.
Then a 48 hours mystery. She married a total fraud. He lied about his job, his other wife, even his name. Now, can she uncover his darkest secret?
48 hours and 60 Minutes tonight on CBS. For Dan Rather, I'm John Roberts in New York. Thanks for choosing CBS News. Have a good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on CBSNews.com. Brought to you in part by Walmart. Good jobs. Good people. Great opportunities. Come grow with us at Walmart.
What your government is doing about dangerous lead jewelry. Details tomorrow. Experience CBS News.
Live with breaking news from your news and information leader. This is News Channel 5 at 6.
Good evening. I'm Amy Marsalis. Vicki has the night off. There is breaking news out of Wilson County.
Authorities have captured Michael Shepard. He was wanted for kidnapping a convenience store clerk, Betty Hand, off Interstate 40 last night. News Channel 5's Chris Cannon is live in Wilson County. Chris, the first question, is Betty Hand okay?
She is okay. She is being checked out right now by paramedics. An ambulance was brought to the scene. This all happened just about 15 minutes ago on Safari Camp Road. We're told the two were seen walking down the road hand in hand. They were spotted by a resident in the area who came to the police command post on Leeville Road to tell the sheriff. They went, and there the two were. Let's take a look at some video we just got into News Channel 5. This is just 15 minutes ago. There you see suspect Michael Shepard as police handcuff him. In just a second, you're going to see the victim. There she is, Betty Hand. As you can see there, she looks very shaken up, but looks in good condition. A sheriff's deputy tells me an ambulance was called to the scene so she could give a thorough check of her health condition. But as you can see right there, Betty Hand is in good condition. She is alive and well,